My child, listen carefully, because this message is not an accident. You did not click on this video by chance. You may have been scrolling through countless videos, carrying burdens nobody knows about, fighting battles you never talk about, and wondering how much longer you can keep going. But today, I need you to hear these words deep within your spirit. Your breakthrough will happen suddenly. Not slowly, not eventually, not someday far in the future. Suddenly. You have become so accustomed to waiting that you have almost forgotten what it feels like to expect good news. You have experienced delays. You have experienced disappointments. You have prayed prayers that seem to echo back in silence. You have stood at doors that refused to open. You have watched others move forward while you remained in the same place. And there were moments when you wondered if I had forgotten about you. There were nights when you cried in private. There were mornings when getting out of bed felt like a battle. There were seasons when your faith felt exhausted. Yet through it all, I was working behind scenes you could not see. Understand this: just because you cannot see movement does not mean nothing is happening. A seed grows underground long before it breaks through the surface. The roots develop before the fruit appears. The preparation happens before the promotion. And many times, my greatest miracles happen after the longest periods of waiting. Think about the moments throughout history when everything changed in an instant. One day, a shepherd was tending sheep. The next day, he was being anointed as a future king. One day, a prisoner sat forgotten in a cell. The next day, he stood in a palace. A fisherman was casting empty nets. The next day, his boat was overflowing with blessings. What took years to prepare happened in a single moment. That is how I work. Humans focus on timing. I focus on purpose. Humans count days. I prepare destinies. Humans see delays. I see development. And what looks like waiting to you often looks like preparation to me. My child, there are things happening right now that you know nothing about. Conversations are taking place. Opportunities are being arranged. Doors are being positioned. People are being moved. Circumstances are shifting. The pieces are coming together. You cannot see it because you only see one chapter at a time. But I see the entire story. You see the obstacle. I see the outcome. You see the struggle. I see the victory. You see the delay. I see the breakthrough. That breakthrough you have been praying for is closer than you realize. The enemy wants you to believe that nothing will ever change, will look exactly like today. He wants you to become comfortable with discouragement. Because if he can convince you that nothing is coming, you may stop expecting. And if you stop expecting, you may stop believing. But today, I am restoring your expectation. Something can change overnight. One phone call can change your situation. One meeting can change your career. One opportunity can change your finances. One answer can change years of confusion. One breakthrough can erase years of struggle. Never underestimate what I can accomplish in a single moment. I am not limited by what limits people. I am not restricted by economies. I am not controlled by circumstances. I am not intimidated by impossibilities. The situation that seems impossible to you is not difficult for me. The mountain that appears enormous to you is small in my sight. The problem keeping you awake at night does not overwhelm me. I have already seen the solution. I have already prepared a way. I have already made provisions for what is ahead. My child, I know that waiting has been difficult. I know there were times when you questioned everything. You questioned your direction. You questioned your decisions. You questioned your prayers. You even questioned yourself. But do not confuse a season of waiting with a season of abandonment. I have not abandoned you. I have not overlooked you. I have not forgotten you. I know every tear you have cried. I know every sacrifice you have made. I know every silent prayer spoken in the darkness. Nothing has escaped my attention. Every act of faith matters. Every moment of obedience matters. Every step forward matters, even when it feels insignificant. Especially when it feels insignificant. Because breakthrough often begins long before people recognize it. Many people want sudden miracles without understanding the process that creates them. They celebrate the harvest, but ignore the planting. They admire the success, but overlook the preparation. They see the victory, but never witness the battles fought beforehand. You have been in preparation, and preparation is never wasted. The lessons you learned were necessary. The strength you developed was necessary. The wisdom you gained was necessary. The character being formed within you was necessary. What felt like delay was building capacity. Because when your breakthrough arrives, you must be ready to carry it. A blessing received before preparation can become a burden. That is why timing matters. That is why patience matters. That is why trust matters. My child, there is another reason your breakthrough may happen suddenly. Because I often move in ways that leave no doubt about my involvement. When people cannot explain how it happened, when experts cannot understand it, when logic cannot fully account for it, then my glory becomes visible. I do not always choose the predictable path. I do not always follow human expectations. I specialize in making a way where there appears to be no way. I specialize in turning setbacks into setups. I specialize in transforming broken situations into beautiful testimonies. The very thing that caused you pain may become the foundation of your purpose. The very struggle that nearly broke you may become the story that inspires others. The very season you wanted to escape may become the season that prepared you for greatness. Nothing is wasted in my hands. Nothing. Not your failures, not your mistakes, not your disappointments, not your heartbreaks, not your waiting seasons. I can redeem all of it. I can use all of it. I can transform all of it. My child, some of you listening right now are exhausted. You have carried responsibilities that feel heavy. You have worried about bills. You have worried about family. You have worried about your future. You have worried about whether things will ever improve. Today I am asking you to release those worries into my hands. Not because your concerns are unimportant, but because they are too heavy for you to carry alone. You were never designed to carry tomorrow's burdens today. You were never meant to live in constant fear. Trust me with what you cannot understand. Trust me with what you cannot see. Faith is not believing when everything makes sense. Faith is trusting even when it doesn't. And your faith has not gone unnoticed. Every time you chose hope instead of despair, I saw it. Every time you kept going despite discouragement, I saw it. Every time you prayed despite uncertainty, I saw it. Every time you trusted despite delays, I saw it. And now I am telling you, keep believing, keep praying, keep moving forward, keep expecting. Because sudden breakthroughs often arrive when people are closest to giving up. Do not quit before your miracle. Do not walk away before your answer. Do not surrender before your breakthrough. The darkest part of the night comes before dawn. The pressure often increases before the breakthrough. The resistance often intensifies before the victory. And if you have felt unusual resistance lately, consider the possibility that something significant is near. The enemy fights hardest when he fears what is coming. He attacks potential. He attacks purpose. He attacks destiny. But greater is the power working for you than the forces working against you. You are not fighting alone. I am with you. I am strengthening you. I am guiding you. I am protecting you. And I am opening doors that no one can shut. My child, imagine what your life could look like 1 year from now. Imagine the prayers answered. Imagine the healing received. Imagine the opportunities discovered. Imagine the growth achieved. Imagine the testimony you will tell. Now understand this. What seems impossible today may become reality sooner than you think. Do not limit your expectations to what you have seen before. I am capable of doing something new, something unexpected, something greater, something beyond what you currently imagine. Your breakthrough is not dependent on perfect circumstances. It is dependent on my power, and my power has not diminished. My promises have not changed. My faithfulness has not failed. What I have spoken over your life remains true. What I have planned for your future remains intact. What I have prepared for you is still coming. So lift your head, strengthen your heart, renew your faith, and remember these words whenever doubt tries to speak louder than hope. Your breakthrough will happen suddenly. What has been delayed is not denied. What has been hidden is being prepared. What has been developing beneath the surface is about to emerge. Stay faithful, stay hopeful, stay expectant, because the story is not over. The waiting season is not the final chapter. The struggle is not the conclusion. I am still writing your story, and the next chapter may arrive sooner than you think. Trust me, walk with me, believe me, and watch what happens. Your breakthrough will happen suddenly.